Hey folks, I'll come back at you today. I have something interesting to share. Yesterday, after I made that video and uploaded it, I had a meeting with a new friend and fellow musician who recently moved to Omaha about a year ago, I guess. And it's been interesting because this person's wife I met through being an alumnus art resident at the Bemis in Omaha. And she had been saying to me, well, my husband plays drums and he's looking for people and stuff. And I hear that a lot, so I don't blow people off, but I always graciously say, well, yeah, I'd like to meet him sometime. I'm kind of busy. And kept happening. She kept bugging me. And then finally, one time at an event at the Bemis, her husband happened to be there. So he approached me and said, yeah, I heard about you, and I want to get involved in some music here locally, and he tells me who it is, and it's Greg Eklund. He was the drummer in the band Everclear. And this is their 2 million selling album, So Much for the Afterglow, which he gave me a copy of yesterday when I went over to visit him at the house. That's Greg there. When I first met him, with good, it was a good exchange of energy. The blue vinyl collector's item version he gave me. Wow. The thing that I was impressed with on the second meeting of him, he came to one of my gigs. I mean, that impressed me. The fact that number two is that he really did want to get to know me and talk about working. So he came to Chemical's debut gig. He was blown away too, honestly, by the band. He actually came to our gig Monday too. But Greg is just a regular guy. He has experienced what rock and roll stardom, even though he was just the drummer in Everclear. But I mean, they've done some major things. Has a double platinum album under his belt, and just has experienced some things that, in a way, that many musicians would like to experience. I do plan to have him over and as a guest sometime. But real down to earth, and since he left Everclear in the 2000s, he's been in a couple bands, the Oolas, and he's with a singer, Storm Large, now. They just played in Turkey. But he's like me, he makes music. That's the main thing he knows, and so we're going to try to put something together. But I had a great visit with Greg, and I did pick his brain. The few times we visited, he's been over here once now, and then I went to his house yesterday. He also gave me a copy of Sparkle & Fade and signed it for me. But I was curious about his experience with the music industry. And sure enough, all the things that I know are true about dealing with large sales success, it's all true, It's a rough, rocky, another collector's item on green vinyl. Sparkle & Fade by Everclear. I was blown away that they gave these to me. I looked on Discogs what these are going for. I don't know if anybody actually pays that for them, but these are collector's items. This one also comes with the EP. Let me get it out. There it is. It also comes with a 7-inch live EP. Whoa. There it is. I got it. No problem. On red vinyl. But yeah, and like I said, I'd like to have him be a guest on my channel here, and he can maybe talk a little bit in his own words. But sure enough, the illusion of large-scale success, depending on the type of person you are, it's a hollow boat, which I am already aware of, and I said to him, the reason why I'm still playing music is not because I'm still trying to get rich, but because of the experience, because of what it means to me. And thankfully that resonates with him. So hopefully more news on this soon, I'll be playing with Greg Eklund from Everclear, formerly of the band Everclear, that many of you folks have heard about since they sold so many records. And I even liked them. I never buy. It wasn't the sound that I would spend money on. But on 120 Minutes, when they would play their songs like "I Will Build You a New Life," "Life," and "Bother Mine," Santa Monica, those are good songs. I enjoyed them. I actually recorded the videos. I've had the videos in my video collection that I taped off of TV for years. So it's a great honor and development to again have a bona fide ex-rock star contacting me wanting to work with me. I love it. Later today, I'm headed to Atlanta, Georgia for the weekend. Some friends of mine are getting married, and they want me there enough, and they're paying me to flying me down, not only to be at the wedding, but I'm DJing the wedding reception. My good friend David Matesiak, who was in the band Coyote Bones. This is their one LP. It's a limited edition. Niobrara. I'm on this album as well, doing background vocals. Just some, okay. And then some of you may have known of the band back in the 90s? David had a band in the 2000s. Had a band called Jet by Day out of Atlanta. And they did get rotation on MTV's 120 Minutes for a while. These are two of Jet by Day's CDs that I have. And it's neat because it's a small world. David is getting married to Madeline Adams, who I met because my band, In Dreama, when we were called the Family Radio, we opened a gig for her. She was on tour coming through Omaha, and we got the gig to open for her. And at that time, I knew David. I even think David was at the show, but I don't think he knew Madeline at the time. But they're getting married, Madeline Adams. I have these two albums by Madeline. And they have a band now called Flamingo Shadow down there in Atlanta. So, interesting last couple days. Looks to be an interesting weekend. There you go. People who are new to my channel are making requests, and I just will keep saying it, folks. You can make requests, but I'm not here. That's not how I operate my channel. And a lot of times I don't respond to the requests because that's not what I'm here doing. I'm not a gearhead. Someone asked me to talk about my turntable setup. I'm not a gearhead. I have a decent turntable, but I don't know about equipment. I see people with $20,000 and $30,000 turntables, and I know someone that has that sort of stuff. It's interesting, but I don't know about it, and it really doesn't interest me. The music interests me. Records, as an artifact, as a piece of art, and as a romantic item of my life, records are of interest to me, and supremely the music, and the life, and the world. The way the world has been shaped as a result of music is what interests me. Not really a gearhead. Last time I made a video, I forgot to show some other records I had been playing. Ian Carr, sorry about the light. Ian Carr's Nucleus, the Elastic Rock, 1970. English jazz rock. Ian Carr started Nucleus, inspired by Miles Davis. Flippin' fantastic. Nucleus. Find the stuff. Find it. Find it. Find it. Played some Art Tatum the other day too. Pieces of 8. Legendary pianist with a technique that was out of this world. Like Oscar Peterson. Very florid, very fluid, fast, but so inventive. Art Tatum. He was quite the man. Let me keep it short today. Like I said, a lot of what is on my mind is current events and just the general lay of the land. The insane way that the media is just talks about everything over and over with no purpose, especially about politics. What do you think? What do you think? Everybody's giving their opinion, and none of it amounts to anything. And yet this is insanely the focus of the media. Speculation and who do you think and what do the polls say? And none of it means anything. And in my mind, this is just the way that it seems to me, if there were more people awake to this crap, we would be outraged, and just screaming, "You've got to stop!" The complacency and the acceptance of, oh, this is how it is, or not even questioning how insane life has gotten. It's constantly, I'm constantly observing it because it's just such a weird time on this planet for me. And if it means that I'm crazy, well, I'm crazy. That's how I see it. So that's a lot of what I have to say. And so mostly I'm not making too many videos because I'll just keep getting back to this and talking about the insane amount of hatred, closed-mindedness, racism, and just plain stupidity and ignorance that is just rampant on this planet. Just people are just insanely. That's all I got to say.